Imagine holding a coin so ordinary, so overlooked, so casually tossed from hand to hand that nobody even thinks twice about it. And yet inside that worn metal is a secret explosive enough to rewrite someone's entire week, maybe their entire month. That secret is hiding in a 1974 Kennedy half-dollar, the exact coin millions of people saw, touched, spent, ignored, and walked away from without realizing that a tiny percentage of them were holding a hidden jackpot. And if you're watching this right now, I want you to lean in and listen to me closely, because what I'm about to tell you isn't something most people ever hear, but it's something you absolutely can't afford to miss. Right now, someone in America is carrying a 1974 Kennedy half-dollar worth more than $12,000, and they don't even realize it. Yes, $12,000. And I'll tell you right now, the only reason you're hearing this is because luck doesn't show up politely. It arrives fast, sharp, and loud, and you just opened a window into a world where change jars turn into treasure chests, and a 50-cent coin can behave like a lightning bolt in your wallet. I want you to imagine this moment like you're living it. You're at a checkout counter, maybe buying gas, maybe picking up snacks, and the cashier hands you a couple coins because the card machine froze. Nothing special, nothing dramatic, until your fingers brush a coin that feels heavier, colder, like it has something to say. You glance down, and you see that bold profile of Kennedy, that clean 1974 date, and you think nothing of it, because why would you think anything? It's a half-dollar, right? But now picture this. That one coin, that exact one, is the same type that once stormed into a live auction, shocked the entire room, and sold for over $8,000 in raw adrenaline. A coin that cost 50 cents. A coin somebody probably didn't care about. A coin you might have spent without blinking. And as a woman telling you this, trust me, you do not want to underestimate something just because it looks harmless. Now let me pull you deeper, because the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar isn't just a coin, it's a trapdoor. The moment you open it, the story becomes wild. In 1974, the U.S. Mint was working at insane speed, blasting out millions of half-dollars, trying to meet demand, trying to keep circulation moving, trying to keep errors to a minimum. But with that kind of volume, perfection becomes impossible. And where there's imperfection, there's opportunity. This is where collectors lose their minds, because 1974 spawned some of the most bizarre, unexpected minting mistakes ever seen on the Kennedy series. And those mistakes? They've made people rich. Take the 1974 double die obverse, the DDO that still sends treasure hunters into frenzy mode. It's not a dramatic doubling like some coins have. It's subtle, classy, almost hidden. But when it hits the right angles, the right light, the right magnification, oh, it sings. The doubling on the date, the slight ghosting around the lettering, the tiny distortions around Kennedy's jawline, these aren't flaws, they're signatures. And collectors don't just like signatures, they fight for them. A verified, high-grade DDO from 1974 can flip from pocket change into hundreds, even thousands. And the scariest part is this. Most people have no clue they're holding one. They spend it, they drop it, they toss it in a drawer. Meanwhile, the smart ones, the ones watching videos like this, check their coins. They pay attention, they cash in. But that's just one pathway, and I want to show you something even crazier because this next reveal is the kind of twist you don't forget. In 1974, a handful, and I mean a tiny handful, of Kennedy half-dollars were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets. Yes, actual 40% silver blanks that weren't supposed to exist anymore. And when these coins appear, they don't whisper, they roar. A silver planchet, 1974. Kennedy half-dollar hit an auction floor and blasted past $10,000 like it was breaking through a glass ceiling. That coin didn't care about rules. It didn't care about expectations. It didn't care that the mint shouldn't have made it. It just existed, defiantly, silently, waiting for the right person to recognize it. If your 1974 Kennedy feels heavier, sounds brighter, or rings with that sharp silver tone, oh honey, you better check that coin again because you might be holding something that turns your heartbeat into fireworks. But don't think this story is just about errors, because the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar has a wild side, even when nothing went wrong at the mint. Some coins were struck with such perfection, such crisp detail, such immaculate care that they became freaks of nature. The highest graded ones, the ones that somehow survived 50 years without being dropped, scratched, pocket-rubbed, or banged around, those coins have shattered price charts. When a flawless MS-67 Plus hit the market, it didn't just sell, it erupted. Nearly $9,000 for a coin that technically shouldn't be rare at all. But perfection is rare, and perfection pays. Imagine a woman walking into a grading service with a handful of coins she inherited, not knowing anything about them, thinking they were just family keepsakes. And then imagine the grading results coming back with one coin, just one, that turned out to be a near-perfect 1974 half-dollar. Imagine the way her breath caught in her throat when she saw the value. That's what makes this coin thrilling. It doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care where you found it. Treasure doesn't discriminate. Let me throw another twist at you, something collectors whisper about like it's a ghost story. The proof-like business strikes of 1974. These aren't mirror proofs. These aren't special mint sets. These are regular business strike coins that, by some freak alignment of freshly polished dies and perfect timing, came out looking like liquid chrome, reflective fields, frosted details, a coin that looks like it was born inside a spotlight. And when one of these proof-like unicorns hits the market, prices sprint into the thousands. One of them pulled in $3,000 plus, and collectors still talk about it like it was a celebrity appearance. But now I want you to picture the darker side, the strange defects, the glitches, the noticeable oddities that slipped out when the mint was rushing production. The off-center strikes that show a crescent of blank metal sweeping across the edge. The clipped planchets that look like someone took a bite out of the coin. The powerful struck-through errors where grease, cloth, or metal fragments warped entire features of the design. These coins aren't just valuable, they're dramatic. A 1974 off-center with even moderate displacement can hit $400 to $1,000. A deep, clean, clipped planchet, $250 to $500. A huge die break running through Kennedy's face like a scar. That's $150 to $400 for something people would throw away if they didn't know better. But the wildest part, the part that always hooks people, is this. Every single one of these valuable 1974 Kennedy half-dollars was at some point in the hands of someone who didn't know what they had. That's the punchline. That's the twist. That's the reason you should never underestimate the coins sitting in your house, your room, your drawer, your pockets. Because treasure hides in the most boring places. And before I wrap this up, let me hit you with one last boost. The kind of energy that keeps you from clicking away. Somewhere, right now, someone is about to discover a 1974 Kennedy half-dollar that will change their entire week. It might be a silver planchet. It might be a double die. It might be a high-grade gem. It might be a freak error. But one thing is certain. Someone will find one. And if you're watching this video, there's absolutely no reason that someone shouldn't be you. So check your change, check your drawers, check that old jar your parents haven't opened in years. And if you want more hunts like this, more hidden treasures, more coins that can turn a normal day into a heart-racing story, then don't just watch, subscribe. Because the next video might be the one that shows you a coin worth even more than this one. Stay